Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ghost Gaming with me, Christopher, and this is Evolution, the board game. Or maybe a little bit more clearly, the digital edition of it, because as you can see, it's on a computer. And this is actually a board game that I haven't played. And having played a few hours in the digital edition, I don't know that I want to. Now, before you say anything, I actually think that this is a good game. I don't think this is a bad game at all. The hours that I've spent have been enjoyable. It's just that there are a couple of elements that I don't necessarily think works that well in a real-life setting. I could obviously be wrong, since I haven't actually played it, but if it works anything near as this game works, then yeah, I'm a little bit unsure. But I'll try to explain that when we are in the game. So, what is the game about? Well, it kinda is in the name. It's evolution. We take control of a species, or rather we can take control of several species, but our goal is to evolve them to be stronger, larger, better, and more hungry, because we are gonna eat a lot of food. So that's basically what the game is about. And without starting up the game, it's actually difficult to say much more than that. So let's do just that. Let's start a new game and see what this game is actually about. Now, before I start, just a quick point. There is actually a campaign mode in this game, and the early stages of the campaign is sort of tutorial missions where you get to learn about trait cards, which we will get into. And the biggest thing, however, about the campaign is that you unlock various AI species. So in the very beginning, and what I've only been playing with, is the Regularis AI. Basically an AI that employ any strategy to match an environment, so they are sort of trying to adjust as much as they can. And I've unlocked two more, the Carnivora Barbarous. They are most likely going to try to convert into carnivores as much as possible. And we also have the Minimus Rex, who enjoys the watering hole not being too full of water. I'm a little bit unsure about this one. I don't exactly know how this will ever be a good one unless you are in that very, very specific game where you fight against it, because that is a game where there is not a lot of food. But in a normal game, there's basically always a lot of food, so I don't exactly know how this will actually play, but I will actually play with them. So let's remove two of these. I'm gonna have one, and then we'll add one of each. We'll have a couple of different AIs to play with. And here we are at the water hole. So this is the board, if you would. And we are down here. We, on this occasion, are a bear-like creature. And it is our goal to become bigger, badder, and just eat more food than everybody else. So, let's start with the absolute first thing that we do. We have a couple of trait cards at the bottom. I'll go over them just in a second. But we need to add food to the water hole. So this is sort of the first strategic element of every round. We add food. So all of my opponents, they've added one card each, and I will try to add one card. Well, not try, I have to add a card. I can't opt out here. And I have sort of a general idea of, not general idea, general level of cards. So the highlighted little leaf there at the top, those are the amounts that I'll be adding. And for reference, the amount of food currently needed for all of our species is 4. This little number right here, the population number, that is what we need to match with food. So even if I just put this one 4, that will feed everyone, you know, unless we add more population or add more species. So we obviously don't know what our opponents have added, but of the ones that I have down here, I might not want to go carnivore on this occasion. So I'll dump that in. So that's 5. Now we get into the play card. And whoever has this cute little dinosaur here, that is indeed the first player marker. That will get passed around, so next round it will be passed to me, and I will be the one to go first. And right now I have various things that I can do. So you can see, for example, my opponent, he spent all his 3 cards. He picked up 1 trait and 2 population. And what we can do with our 3 cards is either one of 4 things. Either I can take this and I can place it as a new species, or I can add population, I can increase body size, or I can add it as an actual trait. So the only time when the actual card, where the text is actually valid or interesting, is when we add it to our traits. So as I've already said, population, the higher the population, the more food we need to pick up from the watering hole. If we are unable to fill this number with food, the remaining slots, the unfilled slots, will be reduced, and the population will recede, or decrease maybe I should say. The body size is almost entirely connected to carnivores. That is to say that a carnivore, in order to attack someone, they need to be of larger body size. So we're gonna have to be a little bit careful about the carnivore up here if they want to decide to go carnivore. I mean, it might very well be that they haven't even played a carnivore card, or rather that they've drawn a carnivore card, so they might even have the ability to become a carnivore. So the way you would have done that is to take the carnivore card that I threw away, and I would have put it as a trait. That would change my species into a carnivore. So the benefit of being a herbivore is obviously that you have one more trait card. Now, however, as a herbivore, you kind of need to have some sort of defenses. I have one defense, the burrowing one. As it says, cannot be attacked once fully fed. So if I filled up my slots over here, I will actually be quite alright. And I think that I might want to go for a nice little combination here, is what I'm thinking. Now, there is a very prominent reason for you to go into more species. And that is that the number of cards that we draw is related to the number of species we have. So the more species, the more cards we get. On this occasion, however, with the carnivore over here, I do like the fact that they are a koala, so we might have a carnivore koala. We'll see about that. But with regards to the cards that I've drawn, what I'm thinking is the following. Foraging is extremely powerful. Basically what it means that whenever I pick up food over here, I actually pick up another food from the pool. So let's take that one. Let's have that as a trait. And let's also pick up burrowing, meaning that as soon as I pick up enough food, I am unattackable. And the last one, fertile, not a bad one. Basically what we can get is free population without having to spend cards on it. It only actually works, however, if there is more food in the watering hole than there are species who need to eat. So if there is food left, as it says, one population if there's food in the watering hole from the previous round. Both good and bad. However, on this occasion, I will add it to my population. So what this means is that you're gonna eat. You're most likely not gonna become a carnivore. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think that you're gonna go carnivore. So when it's my time to eat, hopefully there will be 2 food. These cards can actually have a minus on them, so you can actually drop the contribution down really low if you are a carnivore and you want to do that. But what I will be able to do when I feed is to gain these 2 slots immediately and fulfill the criteria for burrowing. So let's see what happens. I'll press end turn. My opponents do other things. They create a new species, and yeah, see, did not become a carnivore, and there's 16 food. So the auto-feed function comes into place when there is enough food for everyone to eat, and that's just jolly. Now this is actually a bit interesting, because they played a hard shell here, which is a plus body size for defense, which means that I don't think that they're necessarily going to go carnivore here immediately, I don't think. They've also placed a climbing trait, which means that if you are a carnivore, you need to have climbing yourself in order to be able to attack them. You placed symbiosis, which basically means that this species cannot be attacked unless the attacker has more body size than this specific species. So as you can see, they added body size to this one. So now this body size is counted for both of these. A good defense strategy. Over here, also more hard shell. And I have gotten pack hunting, which is a carnivore traits. Basically, this is a good one. What it does is it adds the population to the body size in order to count attack size. So if I would have had this on, for example, this species, I would have 3, so I could attack this one, which is kind of nice. I get 2 more fertile, both with minus, and also defensive herding. Kind of interesting, as it says, must be larger in population instead. So you would be a good carnivore for that to defend against, because you are at 3. There is 8. We're already up to 5, 6, 7. We are up to 8, so we kind of do need to add some stuff, and I'm going to add pack hunting, because I'm not going to use it right now. And I'm first, which means that I will be able to eat first. Now, how would I like to play this? I think I need another species. And you kind of need to think about certain cards, such as this, which works for adjacent species. There are some other of those as well. I'm actually gonna go this. I'm gonna add a population. I am gonna go for defensive herding on this one. So we kind of want this one to grow a little bit, but that means that I probably want some other traits as well. We shall see. So you add here and there. Hopefully you don't go carnivore. That would be a little bit annoying. Nope, no more carnivores. Or no carnivores just yet. And wow, okay. There's a lot of food in there. There's a lot of food in there. Right, okay. Yep, you can... Oh, you... Yeah, that worked well for you. Very well. Right. So we have another round. Now I get more cards, which is nice. I get more carnivore cards. And since no one seems to go carnivore right now, might change. What else did I have? 2... Man, I'm not really getting good cards. So ambush is a interesting card for carnivores. We have one over here that has warning call. So what this does is that any species on the side of this one is unable to attack unless you have ambush. So I could create a carnivore with ambush if I wanted to. Potentially interesting. And then we have the same cards as I had before. Over here we've got an intelligence, which is interesting. So basically what it says that if you have a card, you don't have to play all your cards. You can save cards if you want to. So with the intelligence perk, if you have the trait selected, if you're a carnivore, you can throw away a card into the pile, and you can actually avoid one of these defensive ones. So for example, I could be a carnivore, I could have intelligence, I throw away a card and I can actually attack this one who has symbiosis, because now it actually doesn't matter anymore. So that's an interesting card to have. And as for a non-carnivore, you can actually get 2 food, just straight up get 2 food. It doesn't take it from this pool, I believe. Over here we've got a fat tissue card. Fat tissue basically means that you store extra food, and that is counted from body size. So he has 3 body size, means he can store 3 food. He's also picked up horns, which means that if a carnivore attacks this one, they will lose 1 population. And we also have intelligence over here, so we have a couple of decent opponents. But I'm not currently, I believe, going to be a carnivore. I haven't really picked up, but I have picked up the ambush one, that's true, but you are actually up to 6 in body size, which is, if I'm gonna have a carnivore and attack that one, not only do I need ambush, I would probably also need the pack hunting card, which I threw away last time. So you know what, I'm just gonna throw away a carnivore again, see if we can get a lot of food in there. And since it doesn't necessarily look like we're getting any carnivores in... Wow, you're going for population, aren't you? So the points that we are collecting is... The points that we're collecting comes from... What is it now? Oh, right, yeah. So we're getting points from 3 sources. One source is population, so just this number added together for all the species that we have. The number of trait cards. So having traits, not only does it help the species, it actually also gives us points at the end. And finally, the number of food that we eat, in both plant food and meat. So you kind of need to have that in mind as well. So if they can fill that up, good on them. Me, on the other hand, I'm thinking... Do I want to go a bit safe? Because yeah, I haven't got... no, I have defensive herding here, yes. So what I could do here is actually feed you a little bit more. That means that currently, at least, I don't think that anyone should be able to... Well, you could attack me if you were a carnivore, but you're not. So you're sort of safe. You're sort of safe, like, granted that you get enough stuff. What else do I want to do? I want to go for more species. I mean, none of these are actually super good. I could go for that on you, though. Get you more coming in there. And let's chance it a bit. Let's actually chance it here, because you pick up 2 every time. So if I have 4, that's sort of efficient. Let's see how much food we get. So yeah, I get another population, because that goes before feeding. Plus 11. That doesn't invoke auto-feed. That's potentially bad for me. But let's feed you up, because I'm kind of... Because you will be getting free population. So will I be able to... I won't be able to feed up all the way, sadly, so I'll actually lose a population here. Bit sad. I thought that you were on the 6, but you weren't. So yeah, I lost 1 population there. Bit sad, but I did get 7 food, which is very, very good. So what are we getting now? We're getting some good stuff. We are getting some good stuff. So cooperation, kind of nice. Every feeding, share 1 food to the right. Means that I would have liked you to be on the other side of you. Hard shell for defense, foraging, and fat tissue. Kind of interested in going on another species here. Placing cooperation on you. Getting you in there with foraging on you. And let's start working on some fat tissue. Not working right now because I only have 1 population, but let's see what that does. Let's also see if we're getting a... Oh, yeah. We got 1 here. So we have a carnivore. He's going to be able to kill my unprotected one here, sadly. So he's going to be able to kill this, or rather attack this one. Ooh, only 15. Well, let's at least do this. Let's see if I can protect this one at least. So obviously he can choose which one to feed with, and he chose to go with the herbivore first, because, you know, picking up stuff from the watering hole is a good idea. This is gonna be bad, isn't it? Yeah, see, he flat out killed that one. Sad face for me. He's not gonna be able to kill or rather attack anyone on my other ones, but you lose some population, and there's no food in the watering hole, so you're not gonna get any more. And I think we play, I think it's 8 rounds, if I'm not incorrect, but we are getting more cards, so that's a good thing. And now I've been waiting for this one, the long neck. Basically what this means is that we get a free plant food at the start of the feeding. Now I don't have any new species to use that on, but I wouldn't mind. You can change the traits out by sort of just taking this one and placing it on it. I wouldn't mind removing fertile, potentially. Or do I want to go carnivore? Because I have pack hunting. What defenses do we have? You have burrowing, so you kind of want to go very first. We have a lot of climbing. We have warning call, which I can negate with the pack hunting. But yeah, there's going to be... I don't have climbing, right? No, it's going to be really tricky for me to get a carnivore. I can get a carnivore and attack you. That's actually true. You're very unprotected. Ooh. Fancy that. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, I do have intelligence. Ooh. Let's place that one. I'm gonna go for a carnivore. So a carnivore with obviously, pack hunting and intelligence. Now I kind of want to save the long neck. Do we just go for that on you? Well, you know what? Since I'm gonna go carnivore on you, this actually doesn't matter anymore, so I'm gonna replace that one. So the one you replace, that just gets destroyed, sadly. But you're replacing more. A little bit interesting that the carnivore actually hasn't played any carnivore cards. That's fun. But I'm gonna go carnivore. So that's fun. How much food do we get? We get 12. Ouch. Well, I'll make sure that you don't die. And I should be able to do this, right? Yes, I can feed you up to full, because we get bonus there. So on this occasion, who can I attack? I can attack you. Perfect. That's the all I needed was to get that one. Oh, but I should have known that you could attack me. Yeah, should have known that. That's my mistake. I do get 3 cards for that though. But yes, you can actually go. Oh wow. Yes. Yes. I played that very badly. And now I can't go for another carnivore. That's a bit annoying. I have an easy protection against you though. Wow, I have a lot of... Why do I have so many cards? I don't know. Because I have climbing, which is nice. What do I have? Morning call, which is also nice. You don't have ambush. So I could actually... Yeah, that's a good one to save. Carnivore, burrowing, horns. I'm gonna drop a lot of food in, because I think that that's a good idea. I'm also first, good to know. But yeah, I'm gonna play the carnivore. It doesn't become a carnivore just by that. So I will play a warning call on you. Hopefully you don't have an ambush card, because that's gonna be very annoying. I will play a... not the horns card, I think. I'll place... I'll place climbing on you as well. I know there's 2 defensive one, but basically means that you need to have climbing to attack this one, and ambush in order to attack other ones. So that's a good defense. Let's place the burrowing here, so this one is affected by this. And let's start building some of these up. Let's place some horns on you, that's a good one. Let's place foraging on you. Can undo if I think that I made a bad choice. I will add population to you and corporation here, as well as maybe a body size here. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, in case you actually don't increase your body size, but increase your, rather get the ambush card. No trade cards on you though. No trade cards on him, so he's not going to be able to attack any of my species. They're actually going full on the... yeah, we do get another carnivore here, with climbing. And ambush. Oh, come on. That's not even fair. He's going to be able to attack all of my cards. Wow. Oh, that's so annoying. Well, let's protect this one then. Let's protect this one so that we have everything we need. A really cool symbiosis, by the way, or combination is the long neck and foraging, because if you have both of those cards, when this activates, the one free plant food, you actually also activate foraging, so you get 2 of them, which is very nice. But boy, is this annoying. Okay, well, eat that one. Well, you didn't attack me, I'm happy about that. But you, yeah, see, you can attack that one, so he's just gonna keep attacking me as well. So that's 1 more species dead, and that was a good species because he had the warning call. Now you can attack, and oh, bother! That was a bad turn just because of you, you utter bastard. Okay, how am I gonna solve this then? How am I gonna solve this? Well, I got a lot of cards. Let's add a bunch of stuff. Let's not go pack hunting. That's fine. I have another one if I'm going to use it. I have another foraging and intelligence, 2 of them. But what do I have in lines of defense? I don't really have any defense whatsoever. And oh, screw you, man. Screw you so badly. That means that I basically have to... I'm gonna have to do this. Let's throw away these. So I can do that. Because if I play a carnivore card, I mean, it's just gonna, or other anything, it's just gonna die. Because you can attack anything. You can attack both, you're negating both Warning Call and climbing. What else is there? There's basically nothing, because you're also, well, you are body size 6, you are screwed on that part. As long as any of your opponents is 6 or 6, basically, you are unable to do anything because you don't have pack hunting, so that's a thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually just going to save the cards. It's a bit unorthodox, but I'm going to save cards. And obviously you go carnivore with fat tissue, so you're going to be able to eat a lot if you want to. But there's a lot of food in the watering hole. Not enough for auto feed, or actually it might be enough for auto feed. It's just that we have carnivores who don't feed from here. So I'm just gonna feed and I'm done. Unable to be attacked. So burrowing is good, but obviously it means that you also need to be full up. So now the carnivores are going for each other, which no one dislikes. Everyone liked that. Let's hope that yeah, you're full, so you can't eat more. Yeah, that's good. Destroy that one. But you are super dangerous. And you ate so much. I'm not going to be able to win this one. And that was actually the last round. I missed that one. So yeah, I think the Regularis over here is going to win. I don't think that I'm going to be even close. Am I last? No, I'm second to last. Oh well. 3rd place. That's a little point there for me. And we unlock something new. A burrowing foraging long neck. Ah, because you do get achievements for sort of different combinations. So in this case I did foraging long neck and burrowing, so I get whatever the hell this thing is. It looks horrible. Is that what I was? Man. Oh well. Let's you know what, we have time. Let's try another game and see if I can place a little bit better this time. So, another watering hole, and we are again a bear-like creature, right? What do we have? We have ambush if we want to go carnivore, but we don't have any carnivore cards, so this is actually pointless. Let's throw that in. Now, what do I do here? You placed 3 traits. You increased your body size. Always a... maybe potentially a hint that they are going carnivore. It doesn't have to be that way. But what I will do... I will go for hard shell, and I'll increase my population 2 times. So let's go for a little bit of a population boost here immediately. See what they do. Yep, see, that's a carnivore. Hard shell, however, super good against. I mean, hard shell is almost the best defense, I think, because of the +4 body size. Because that means that you actually only need 2 regular size to be able to sort of defend against any carnivore, unless obviously they have the pack hunting ability. But there's a lot of food now, and it's poor you who was unable to defend yourself. Yeah, you did both climbing and hard shell. That's interesting. We get the long neck foraging, and I kind of want to go for that one. So let us throw away the carnivore. And I will take that, because I do enjoy that combination. And you have not increased, but you have increased to 6. So I'm going to increase my body size up to a total of 6, because if I'm pretty damn sure that you are going to have pack hunting over there. Let's see if I'm correct that you picked that one. You might also go carnivore. Maybe you might go carnivore. Yeah, you did. You went carnivore with hard shell. Yeah, see. No, that's ambush, not pack hunting. So let's see what you're basically going to have to attack each other, I think. So let me just feed, and I'm done. Yep, they're gonna attack each other. Well, you can't attack that one, so you're basically screwed. That was happened to, rather that is what happens to carnivores when they can't attack anyone. They simply die. Sad face. But there's a lot of food. Can I please... Well, horns is fine. It sort of stops them from attacking you, so I guess that I'm gonna go for that. So let's go fertile as well. So let's throw an ambush. And I'll play, it doesn't matter which one, so horns as well as fertile. And I think that's good. So they will be able to attack that one, but they will also be slightly adverse to it, because, you know, they're gonna lose population. So they're gonna want to kill this one more happily than this one, I guess. So let's see what you do. You actually turned it into a herbivore. You actually changed it from a carnivore to one with intelligence instead. You can't do that. You can just remove the carnivore. So now, right now, no carnivores. And I have a lot of fat tissue piling up. Symbiosis as well. But no defense, which is... I have this one, obviously. And yeah, I can do that. Let's throw a bit of food because we don't really need it. But the species cannot be attacked if your species to the right has a larger body size. I have 6. That's a good one. So let's get you in with symbiosis. We can have a body fat on you, but I'll actually save that one. So we get a lot of, we have 3 with fertile here, more than 39 food, that's a lot of food and no carnivores in sight. But not auto-feed, no, it is auto-feed, I missed the information there. So still want you to be one more population, I guess, in order to get the symbiosis here working. And I might want to get maybe even one more population on you just to make sure that you're safe. What do we get now? Pack hunting, scavenging, long neck, thank you. Gonna have long neck on you then. Other than that, I'm just gonna throw in a whole bunch of food. I mean, why not? So let's get long neck in here. Let's also get more population. I'll get more population here as well. I'll do one more body size here to make you very, very safe. There's a lot of food. You know what, let's just max out. 6, by the way, is the maximum standard value that you can have. So obviously with the hard shell you can actually come up to 10. But if you have the pack hunting, you know, you can have 6 and 6, that's 12. So you can still be attacked even if you're maxed out on defensive body size with hard shells. So thing to keep in mind. Okay, we're getting... Yeah, see, I basically got 4 food immediately without having to eat anything from here. We're getting into auto feed. I would like for you to have foraging if I could. If I can get a foraging card on you, I'd be very happy. So see if I'm lucky with that. I'm getting a lot of food in. So right now I feel comfortable. Yeah, foraging, thank you. So let's throw away burrowing, because I don't think we need that. And I'll do indeed foraging on you. And that means, I think, because I'm maxed out on... I could max out another one. Ooh, that's interesting, yes. Let's actually do that. Let's... I have a hard shell, so... there's a lot of food, so why don't we place you there with you, and hard shell. Only one population for now, but this could be potentially good for me. But we have a lot of population out, and we're down to 10, which is granted much, but still. But I have a lot of foraging, and there's 28 now. But yeah, as you can see, there is actually not going to be auto-feeding on this occasion. So let's see what we can do here. Because there's a lot of them that eats a lot. So the sort of ultimate combination, by the way, is obviously going to be long neck, foraging, and cooperation. Because that means that you're going to pick up so much food. But let's feed you so that you're filled up. And let's not feed you just because of the fat tissue. We'll get to that later. Let's just see. Let's get you fed. I am gonna lose population, I think, on you, if nothing else. Yep. Sadly, we're gonna lose population on one of our species, and you didn't get your, and it's actually empty now. One species died over there. But I fed it the most. But what now? Do I switch over to... It is the last round. So maybe we should just try and get as much food as possible going here. So what if we do that? And since I don't really see that there's going to be any other carnivores, what I could do is this. What could I do? I could change out this, for example, so you can actually now feed if I keep a card. And what I could do is simply this, add another species, and if I'm lucky, let's actually... Ooh, let's do that. Where am I? I'm first. You haven't placed anything. You're thorny, or horny maybe I should say. Don't have climbing for you, could only attack you if I'm able to. So no, let's actually not do that. So let's just get burrowing, let's get defensive herding, and everyone else is looking good. Let's actually get you some body size, so that we can add some more to the fat tissue. And since I'm first, that's good. Ooh, are you gonna go carnivore down here? Good sir? Because you might. And I won't be able to defend myself. See what happens? Yep, indeed, they want carnivore. So if they add body size, it's a good hint that they might actually go carnivore. So this little guy is not going to be attacked because I'm burrowing. Nice. I don't think that he's going to attack anyone. He could attack this one, obviously, but I do have horns over here, so potentially not. But there is not much food here. Oh, there's not much food here. I should maybe have thought about that. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter. So let's, I mean, since you can't attack this one, let's eat with that one. So that means that sadly, this species here is going to die. And that is actually exactly why I didn't feed with that one, because you would be able to be attacked. I lost a lot of population there, which is sad, but I think I ate sort of equal to others. And it's looking good. It's looking damn good. I lost quite a lot of population there, but I still have a lot of population, so maybe I actually won. I picked up a lot of food. I picked up a lot of food. I picked up way more food than anyone else. So there we go. I won. So a new discovery into rank 21 because I won a game. There are obviously multiplayer stuff, but I haven't really gone into that at all. So yeah. That's basically how this game works, and I think that we are gonna leave this off here. But yeah, as I said, I like this game. I like the digital edition of it. So what is it that I don't necessarily like about potentially playing this in real life? And that is the all the different combinations of trait cards. I just can't see how that is easy to do when playing for real. Because there's a lot of cards, you have to keep track on everything, you have to keep track on the number of food that's available and how that works, you have to make sure that you don't miss one of your traits, you have to make sure that you don't miss any other players' trait if you want to go carnivore, for example. There's a lot of small things that I see will make that difficult, but in this edition obviously everything is handled for you. If you have a carnivore and you want to attack someone, it will highlight who you can or cannot attack. Well, it will highlight the ones that you can attack, so you're basically handheld or hand-led through the process, which you wouldn't be if you played for real. But it's still an interesting game, so I might have a bit of a look at it. I haven't really seen it in stores either, so I don't even know if it's possible to buy it new anymore. But you probably could find it in second-hand, I guess. But I have spent a fair few hours on this already, so I think that sort of tells you that I do enjoy the game. And I never say no to board games, even the digital adaptations. And this is definitely a good one, and it has obviously stuff that I guess is not in the physical version. For example, the campaign mode, where you go and face off with various opponents. That is obviously nothing that you could probably get in a physical version. So if you're into board games, I definitely think that you should give this a look. Definitely a solid adaptation, I think. For now though, this has been Ghostsmith Gaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.